Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is official. I officially got my PGA card. Here it is. I am a PGA Class A professional, and in this video I'm going to talk about why I did it, how I did it, and the difference between being a PGA professional and a PGA Tour pro. Huge difference there, but I'm so excited for this. It took me 6 years to do this. I'm going to tell you guys how you can do it, and also we have collaborated with my new instructional channel, so check that out below and make sure you subscribe because we have a lot of awesome things coming to help you guys improve your game. Let's get right into the video. First off, I want to talk to you guys about how I became a PGA Class A professional, and before I do that, I want to say this is the biggest accomplishment of my professional career. This was not an easy journey, but so worth it in the end. Basically, what you have to do is you have to be at least 18 years old or older. You have to have a high school diploma or something equivalent, pass a background check, which thank God I did. You have to have a job at a PGA recognized facility, which I do here at Atlantic City Country Club. Many of you guys might not know that, but for the last 6 years, I've helped out with their media. I've also given lessons, helped out with their tournaments. So that was helped me to get into the PGM program. From there, you have to pass a qualifying test, which is what I did. Went out and just had to answer basic knowledge questions about the industry and things like that. And then I passed my PAT, which is a player ability test, which you go out one day, 36 holes, and they give you a target score. If you hit that target score, you pass your PAT, which thankfully I did first try, which wasn't that easy. I think there was like 80 or 90 people out there that day, and I think only 4 of us passed. Then once you pass that, that's when the hard work begins. So you get in level 1, you have to do a level 1 seminar, and then after that seminar, you have to do all the book work, which is a lot of book work. And basically I learned everything there is to know about running a golf course, rules, the different type of grass, things like that. I learned so much going through this program. It was amazing. Level 1 seminar for me was done virtually, which was great, so I can kind of just sit there on my computer and listen to the presentations. That was the easy part. Like I said, the book work was the hard part. After I passed that, on to level 2. From here, I had to fly out to Frisco and do a 1-week long seminar there. Then after that, also the level 2 book work. And then from there, after I passed that book work, went to level 3, which is I had to fly out to Frisco, Texas again to the PGA headquarters and do another week-long seminar, which was a lot of fun. Obviously learned a lot, but it's a lot to take a week out of your time and fly out there. And all this stuff, I kind of covered all my expenses, so I'll kind of talk about how much money I spent to get my PGA Class A. But then after level 3, did the level 3 book work, and then there was, for the final after I passed that, there was a 116 question test that I had to answer. Everything from rules to knowing the golf swing to agronomy, things like that. So a lot went into that. And then I haven't taken a test in years, so taking a 116 question test was kind of nerve-wracking, but thank God we were able to pass it. But that was kind of my way of doing it. Now, it took me 6 years to do this just because of how busy I was. If you're, grinding, you can get this done in 2 years, maybe quicker if you're really putting in a lot of work. But it's almost like getting your degree in golf. And this is why I feel so, honored to become one of the 30,000 plus PGA professionals in America, because it's just not easy, right? If they made it easy, it wouldn't be as rewarding, and I don't think I would have learned as much. So that's kind of how I became a PGA professional. Those are the steps. Now they may change, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. As far as how much money I spent right around $10,000 to do this. The biggest costs were the traveling, and the hotels and the food for the week. So right around $10,000. A lot of you watching, if you're at a golf facility, maybe they'll help kind of take care of that. But I just want to thank some of my sponsors for helping me, including Callaway, Superstroke grips, Michelob Ultra, Genesis. I have a lot of sponsors, thankfully, that have kind of helped me get to where I am and helped me pay for some of the stuff that I needed to pay for. So there's the steps. Now let's talk about the difference between being a PGA professional and a PGA Tour pro. All right, let's talk about the difference between a PGA professional and a PGA Tour pro. Obviously, there's a massive difference, and most people know this, but I know some people don't, but I thought it was important to talk about for a second. First of all, your PGA professionals, those are the heart and soul of golf. Those are your director of golfs, your GMs, head pros, your assistant pros, your teachers. Those are the guys that are grinding for 40, 50, 60 hours a week to make golf courses like Atlantic City Country Club run successfully, right? And that's a huge skill, and I have so much respect for every PGA professional out there. Now, PGA Tour pros, obviously completely different. Those guys are grinding on their games. They're out on tour, playing tour events. Their level of play is typically much higher than that of a golf professional, because they have more time and more energy spent on the playing side, as opposed to a PGA professional where they're giving lessons and they're running events and running tournaments, things like that. You know, obviously huge respect for both of them, but I think it's important for most people to know the difference between a PGA Tour pro and a PGA professional. Now let's get into why I'm doing this, because I had a lot of questions that even when I was showing up to these seminars in Frisco, people would recognize who I was and be like, why are you here? But there's a lot of reasons why, and let's get to those. All right, why am I doing this? First and foremost, I have been teaching golf for the last 8 years of my life. I've given thousands of lessons, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. And becoming a PGA professional just gives me a little more credibility. I learned a lot through the process, so that was the main reason why. Number two, playing section events. I enjoy playing professional golf, and being a PGA professional allows you to play more professional golf amongst your peers. So I've been playing a lot of section events. You also have the opportunity, if you play well enough, to qualify for the PGA Championship. Obviously you have to be playing super well, but that's another really big benefit of becoming a PGA professional. Also, I want to have a huge shout out to my late friend, Dustin Wallace. He unfortunately passed away 2 years ago unexpectedly, but he's the one that motivated me into getting into the program. And I really want to dedicate this video to him, Dustin Wallace, and his family. He was a huge part of helping me become a PGA professional, and a huge reason why I finished the program. Now, there's a lot of benefits that come along with being a PGA professional in America, especially that of the Masters. I don't know if you guys have heard of that tournament, but if you are a PGA Class A professional, you get into the Masters every year for free. So that was a pretty good little motivating aspect of it. But you know, there's a lot of reasons why, you know, for the love of the game, for learning, for teaching. It's just something that I feel that I wanted to do. I don't know how long I'll be making golf content for, but I know that I'll be loving and teaching this game for the rest of my life, and that I can, you know, be proud to call myself a PGA professional, hopefully for the rest of my life. So that's kind of a little background of why I did it, because I know a lot of people were asking me that. I also want to give a huge shout out to Atlantic City Country Club for everything they've done for my career over the last 6 or 7 years. I would not be here where I'm at without this place. So Atlantic City Country Club, thank you so much. Everyone that worked there, the owner Chip Ottinger, director of golf Mike Burke, the GM Nick Barrow, head pro Barry Shewalter, and all the assistants, everyone else. Thank you guys so much. I would not be here without you. And I also want to shout out to the superintendent of the golf course, Mark Beaumont. He's the absolute man. Just thought it was important in this video to say thank you to them. So thank you, Atlantic City Country Club. So with my Class A, I plan on trying to help as many golfers as I possibly can. So again, make sure you subscribe to the account that I collaborated with on the bottom. We have so much awesome free golf content, instructional pieces. We're gonna be taking a look and talking to a lot of YouTube creators about their swing. So it's not just gonna be videos of me being like, oh, you need to do this or that or this. I wanna talk to other golfers about how they approach the game, how they've gotten over some of their challenges, and kind of pick their brains. So that's really what that channel is gonna be all about. So if you guys could please go down and subscribe to that, completely free, obviously. And you know, with this PGA Class A, I wanna teach more, I want to help golfers, I want to play in more section events, and I want to go to the Masters every year as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a real quick one. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel that I'm collaborated with below. Let's go. Thank you so much, PGA of America, for everything. This has been a blast, and we'll see you guys over on the instructional channel.